Have you ever wondered what it would be like to have supervision, enhanced hearing, extraordinary reflexes, to be, dare we say, superhuman? Well, Roku's new Pro Series TV can't do any of that for you. But with a 4K screen, side-firing speakers, and a blazing fast refresh rate, it'll sure feel like it. Elevate your entertainment using all your favorite apps like iHeart and play all your music, radio, and podcasts with the new Roku Pro Series. Your senses aren't better. Your TV is.
There's an efficient way to get caught up on a lot of news. It's called The Seven from The Washington Post. It's a newsletter and podcast. Whether you're reading or hit play, you get 7 stories you need to know, and you can consume it all in just a few minutes. The Seven is out every weekday morning by 7 a.m. Eastern. I'm Hannah Jewell. I'm one of the writers, and I host the show. Find The Seven podcast wherever you're listening. The newsletter link is waiting for you in the show notes.
For some of us, personal finances aren't just personal. They include a lot more people than ourselves. Loved ones, neighbors, the communities we call home, and the causes we hold in our hearts. At Thrivent, we help plan your financial picture with the bigger picture in mind. Because even though our business is helping guide your finances, our ambition is to make it mean so much more. Thrivent, where money means more. Connect with us at Thrivent.com.
John, Jane, Rich, we get some entertainment news. What do you think is one of the biggest stories right now? A$AP Rocky?
Yeah, I think so. You've probably seen the video of him. He's been on trial for the last 13 days over, one of his friends, A$AP really said he shot him. He said, A$AP Rocky shot me, and A$AP Rocky was like, it was a prop gun, so I couldn't have shot you. So for the last 13 days, they've been battling it out in court, and yesterday, they dropped the verdict.
Los Angeles Superior Court, County of Los Angeles, people of the state of California versus Joaquin Meyers. We, the jury in the above entitled action, find the defendant, Joaquin Meyers, not guilty.
A$AP Rocky literally jumped, hugged his lawyer, and then literally almost fell over in the crowd to go hug Rihanna. He was so excited. Then they read not guilty, not guilty, not guilty. And it's like, he was actually facing some major jail time.
20 plus years.
Yeah, so this obviously was a huge relief to him and his family. Rihanna's been in court with him, supporting him. At one point, she brought the kids. And so definitely a good day in A$AP Rocky's world.
Selena Gomez?
She has teased a new song. She announced a new album that she's producing with her fiance, Benny Blanco. And she had a big fan event for her Rare Beauty company. And at the event, she actually played one of her new songs that she has with Gracie Abrams called Call Me When You Break Up for her fans.
Oh, I get so nervous. I'm sorry, I get so nervous. And to get an obvious statement out of the way, this song is actually about a best friend that I have in my life, so it's not about anything if you think it is. But I'm so excited for you guys to hear this album.
She knew she had to say that because everyone's like, call me when you break up. Is she talking to Justin Bieber? She had to say that. So her album with Benny Blanco is I Said I Love You First, and it's going to be released March 21st.
The clip she posted on her Instagram, she's singing to it, and it looks great. Sounds like a smash, quite frankly. My 2 cents. Also, did you see that her Benny Blanco bought a $35 million house?
Yeah, in Beverly Hills. I'm like, good for them.
What a weekend for her, man.
Well, I was wondering because, Valentine's Day, he surprised her with a bathtub full of nacho cheese. Yeah. And I'm like, for a couple that, he could do whatever he wants. He knows she likes nacho cheese. That's pretty romantic. But then the cleanup for that had to be absolutely horrendous. And I wonder if, they were like, we'll just get a new bathtub. We'll just get a new bathtub. You know what? Just forget it. We're going to get a new house. But obviously, it's like they're engaged. They want to start their new life together.
Okay, so sometimes I think, when people get into fights or something and they start posting about it, it's like nobody really knows what you're talking about. And now that you brought it up, now everyone knows what you're talking about. And that's how I feel about this Kevin Spacey thing. I didn't know there was anything going on with Kevin Spacey and this new fight because he was addressing something. And I was like, what's going on? So because of that, now I'm all in on this fight.
Well, so Guy Pearce actually shared on the Hollywood Reporter's Awards Chatter podcast that he felt uncomfortable with Kevin Spacey's advances during LA Confidential. This was a long time ago. He said he didn't consider himself a victim, but what he did say was Kevin Spacey was pretty intimidating.
I was scared of Kevin because he's quite an aggressive man and extremely charming and brilliant at what he does and, really impressive, etc. He holds a room remarkably. But I was young and, susceptible and he targeted me, no question.
Okay. We already know Kevin Spacey's a predator, right? Like that's just general news, right? But word got out to Kevin Spacey that Guy Pearce did this interview, and Kevin is getting bombarded by all kinds of news outlets for some sort of a response, and then he just decided to respond on his own.
We worked together a long time ago. If I did something then that upset you, you could have reached out to me. We could have had that conversation. But instead, you've decided to speak to the press, who are now, of course, coming after me because they would like to know what my response is to the things that you said. You really want to know what my response is? Did you also, by the way, tell the press that a year after we shot LA Confidential, you flew to Savannah, Georgia, while I was shooting Midnight in the Garden of Good and Evil, just to spend time with me? I mean, did you tell the press that too? Or does that not fit into the victim narrative you have going?
What is his deal?
I would have been all like, no, that does not fit into that narrative.
What?
But also, what does that prove? Like, he was intimidated by you, but also maybe enamored a little bit. But at the same time, like, Guy Pearce said, I wasn't, he literally said, like, I'm not claiming to be a victim, but I definitely feel like I was targeted and a little bit, not taken advantage of, but yeah.
He was like 27, like... You know what I mean? Like Guy Pearce, like it's kind of, I think using the word targeted. Like if you go into a club and you see someone you like, you want to use the word targeted, you're like, that girl's hot, I'm going to go talk to her. Right? You know what I mean? So like if they're on the set of a movie and Kevin Spacey's like, that guy's attractive, I'm going to go talk to him. And it worked out because they hooked up a year later, right?
Yeah.
So it's like,
and he flew out there. It's not like he was trapped.
It's like Guy Pearce using the word targeted, I think, is what probably triggered
because he
it.
did say it made him uncomfortable, and it was like overly aggressive behavior.
But so then again, you hear Kevin Spacey's response, and he sounds kind of terrible too.
I wanted, honestly, it makes me want to punch Kevin Spacey in the face, hearing him. I'm like, that makes me think he was a victim. You know what I mean? Like, your response makes me feel bad for him.
I don't like it.
Yeah.
Have you ever wondered what it would be like to have supervision, enhanced hearing, extraordinary reflexes, to be, dare we say, superhuman? Well, Roku's new Pro Series TV can't do any of that for you. But with a 4K screen, side-firing speakers, and a blazing fast refresh rate, it'll sure feel like it. Elevate your entertainment using all your favorite apps like iHeart and play all your music, radio, and podcasts with the new Roku Pro Series. Your senses aren't better. Your TV is.
We've all done it. You see a headline but don't have time to read the whole story, or there's so much news you're not sure what is worth your time. I'm Colby Ekowitz, co-host of Post Reports, the weekday afternoon podcast from The Washington Post. Post Reports brings you what's relevant and revealing. Breaking stories, politics, wellness, culture. Each episode goes beyond a headline for the context you need. Find Post Reports now, wherever you're listening.
For some of us, personal finances aren't just personal. They include a lot more people than ourselves. Loved ones, neighbors, the communities we call home, and the causes we hold in our hearts. At Thrivent, we help plan your financial picture with the bigger picture in mind. Because even though our business is helping guide your finances, our ambition is to make it mean so much more. Thrivent, where money means more. Connect with us at Thrivent.com.